Hello, and my name is Pete Rushmer, and I'm your host today of A Half Dozen Things podcast. A Half Dozen Things is a podcast for business owners just like you. Whether you're an underdog hungry for success, or you're already smashing it but want to continue to level up, we are here each week for you to get insight and learning from the very best in the business. No fluff, no BS, and no self-proclaimed gurus talking about how easy business or life is. Hi, it's Pete from Flagship Partners. We're really proud to sponsor A Half Dozen Things podcast. At Flagship Partners, we take road safety really seriously, and we're your road safety partnership. We help transport companies with compliance and training across their businesses, including first aid, driver CPC, and other transport management services. So if you're FORS accredited or you want to improve your operator compliance risk score, give Flagship Partners a call today. Hello, and wow, the red light's rolling, and I don't know what happened there because it just jumped to like 12 seconds. So not really sure what's happened there, but welcome to this podcast. This podcast I'm going to do is about why you must take a holiday, because I've been thinking about why I need to take a holiday. So I'm conscious not to make this podcast sound like I'm really burnt out, but I'm really burnt out and I'm looking forward to my holiday. So in a few weeks from recording this, just a couple of weeks away, I'm getting to jet off to Florida. It's been in the planning for a little while now. So we did book it pre-COVID back in early 2020, before COVID was even a thing, before face masks existed and before hand sanitizer. So it's been in the offing for a little while, and it got rescheduled from 2020 to 2021 and then to now in 2022, and we're really excited. So us and myself, Mags, and the 4 kids, we're off to Florida. We're stopping in a villa and we're getting to visit Disney World and Universal and some of the water parks and stuff like that for a couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's been about 5 years since I've had 2 weeks solid off. Last year we did go to Cornwall for a week, and to Skegness for a week, and I didn't work at all Cornwall, and it was really nice and relaxing. But in Skeg I did have the laptop on, and there were a few arguments, shall we say. So the reason for the podcast is I've just been reflecting on just how excited I am for the holiday that's coming up, and also thinking about how a lot of other transport managers I speak to, they just don't seem to have a break. They don't seem to go away, and when they do go away, they've got this always on culture. So maybe the podcast was incorrectly named about why you must take a holiday. Maybe it should have been a bit more about this always on culture, which I think is a bit of a challenge. So if you're listening to this and it's resonating with you, I do need you to have a think about your priorities and have a think about obviously what's important, because I know it's vitally important to make sure that your vehicle operations, if you're a fleet or transport manager, they need to be compliant. But there are lots of options for you out there if you do start to prioritize yourself, your family, and your holidays, and making sure that you get a break. I'm not saying all the time focus on holidays, but I think everyone's entitled to a break. You know, when people are employed, the statutory minimums 20 days plus your bank holidays, and I think there's a lot of business owners, I think there's a lot of self-employed people who don't do that, right? And what's going to happen is you're going to burn out, you're going to work ineffectively, and it's just not good for you at all. I feel exhausted at times, and I think I just can't wait to have a break. And I hope people listening to this will encourage you to go and book yourself a breakaway. You don't have to go to Florida like I am. That isn't what I mean either. Even if you just have some holiday at home, you know, and just take a break, switch your laptop off, switch your phone off, and take a few days off, just to recharge the batteries. It's a real requirement for ensuring that you are at your best. You know, until you've rested and recharged and properly taken a break from stuff, it's only then that you can really think clearly about what it is that you're doing and set goals, set priorities. And sort of work at your best. You know, we're not designed to just keep going all the time. We're not robots. We're not these machines. And there's a lot of people that are workaholics out there, and I'm giving advice that I need to hear as well here, right? So This is something that I need to learn to do. I'm not very good. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm recording this. It's 2:45, and here I am recording a podcast in my office. But there's been 3 CPC courses on today. We've had a big safe urban driving course on at the offices, so I've got to come in and lock up and sort all the locks out and make sure everywhere's alarmed and safely locked up once the course is done. So I thought I'd come in and take the opportunity to record a podcast. This is the other reason is that I'm going to reduce the number of podcasts for a half dozen things just during July and August to help cover that holiday period. So I'm going to be doing them once every couple of weeks rather than once a week. So please just stay tuned for the next one that comes out in a couple of weeks' time. But this is one to say to you, I'm going on holiday. You should be going on holiday too, whether it's now, whether it's in a few months. Go book yourself something and plan to go somewhere, see something. I think it's always nice to visit somewhere that you've never been before for a little while. So like I say, it doesn't have to be expensive if you haven't got the spare cash kicking around. I do understand there's a cost of living crisis. I've just heard of somebody whose utility bill is as much as their mortgage, which is just absolutely astonishing. So I know those utility bills are going through the roof. We're seeing with the family we're seeing the cost of food is just going astronomical at the moment. And flights are expensive. Going abroad is really expensive at the moment. We've been really lucky that we locked in the price for our holiday from 2 years ago, and we've had that extra time to save as well, which has been nice. But like I say, even if you go somewhere local, just travel in the car, stay in a B&B, go camping, go and get out in the wild, camp. Even I know that can be expensive now because you got to buy tents and stuff, but like I say, turn off, switch off, get a plan in place, manage your diary and see what you can give out to other people, because, I think I speak to my customers and they don't want an absolutely stressed out, tired Pete coming and working for them, because it doesn't bode well. I'm not as productive as I could be, and therefore I'm not given as good value for money. When you're on your game, you're well rested, and you need to make sure that you can do these things. So that's the big advice for today in the podcast. Is I'm looking forward to my holiday, and I want you to have a think about yours too. If you do need some support with how you could manage that, get in touch with the team here at Flagship Partners. We'd be happy to discuss if you need some support, a visit, phone calls, or even like telephone backup. If you're going to go on holiday and leave operators and they need someone to call and have sound advice and guidance, then I'm sure we can have a conversation around that. So do get in touch. It was something that I was reflecting on, that there's self-employed people working as external transport managers that have got this ongoing a responsibility for continuous and effective management, but at the same time, if they don't have holiday, they're just going to burn out. So it's really important that you get that holiday, but that you have a management structure in place to make sure that you're covered whilst you're not there. So whether that's the company director steps up to do it, or whether you bring in a relief transport manager, or you just make those hours up when you get back and try and manage things as best you can. But what I do suggest is we're always on, the phones are always on, and it's really important that we do just disconnect, get back into nature, go and visit somewhere new, relax, recharge, and take some time for ourselves, and to be, if we've got family, to be with our family as well, and to not have work on our brains. So short, sharp one from me today, but hopefully that's useful. I know it's something that I need to hear often, because I'm great at dishing out the advice, but maybe not so good at getting it myself. So I'm looking forward to getting away, and I hope that you do too. Let me know where you're going. Drop it in the comments. Let us know where you're going and if you're looking forward to it, and how are you managing that holiday? How are you making sure that you're covered in your role? If you're a transport manager or a fleet manager or a manager of any other type of business, what have you done to succession plan those week or 2 weeks whilst you're away to ensure that the work gets done? Anyway, speak again on the next one. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please do share it. Thank you. Bye. I really hope you loved today's episode, and if you did, please make sure you subscribe and listen out for future episodes too. Please do share it across your social media channels. We hope to reach more and help more people. If you want to find out more about me, my name's Pete Rushmer. You'll find me across any social media channel, and my business, Flagship Partners, and we're your partners in success across your business. Thank you. See you again soon.